We're going to be in John chapter 7 again today, in the middle of the book. Middle of the chapter. We'll be in verse 25 and work our way through a little bit further today. I bet if I gave you the opportunity, and I'm not because I don't want to get in trouble, to finish the statement, what happens when we assume, you would know the next part of that. Would I be right? Don't blurt. But if you don't know it, stop somebody on your way out. They'll tell you, right? But what happens when we make assumptions? The problem is that we make assumptions daily. We make assumptions every day, all day long. We see somebody walking down the street and we make an assumption about who they are or what they believe or what they do. We see somebody at the grocery store and we make assumptions. We see someone wherever we are and we make assumptions about them. We see a meal and we make an assumption of whether we're going to enjoy that or not because there's asparagus on the plate. We make assumptions all the time. Now, there are some fun historical instances of assumption making. I want to share a couple of these with you. In 1977, the CEO of the Digital Equipment Corporation, DEC, the largest digital equipment corporation company at the time in the world, said this, 1977, "There is no reason anyone would want a computer in their home." Less than 10 years later, people were clamoring to get their hands on one. If you have a military background or just like to shoot things, in 1914, the commander of the British Army said of this new invention called the machine gun, "Make no mistake, this weapon will change absolutely nothing." They're so much fun to shoot. Dr. Albert Einstein in 1932 said, "There is not the slightest chance that nuclear energy will ever be obtainable." And then just 13 years later, in 1945, the U.S. Navy Admiral William Leahy told President Truman, "The atomic bomb will never go off, and I speak as an expert in explosives." Finally, in 1927, H.M. Warner of Warner Brothers, we know Warner Brothers, made the statement to a bunch of reporters, "Who would ever want to hear an actor talk?" Well, I kind of agree with him, but making assumptions just is bad, and we do it all the time. Making assumptions on a little bit of knowledge can be even worse.